Miriam to stay out all night without telling me. I'm sure Terry must have told her about this letter here. Well, maybe she's at the Carpenter house. Wouldn't hurt to try. Where are you, Miriam, child? Oh, morning, Babs. There's coffee on the stove.
Thanks, I could use it. How about you?
No, thanks for the offering. Babs, have you heard anything from Miriam?
No, like what?
Well, she didn't come home last night.
Not at all?
Well, not that I can tell. That letter from Eric is still unopened from yesterday.
Well, she's probably just at the hospital or something. You know, maybe they had some trouble with her father's surgery.
No, she's not there. And besides, she wouldn't have been that hard to locate at the hospital.
You mean you already tried?
I've been trying to locate her ever since the mail yesterday. Ever since I saw that letter from England, I called Terry Davidson right away to ask her to keep an eye out for Miriam. She promised she'd do it. I even went down there myself. Oh, I tell you, I was even very specific about where the letter would be on the piano. And I know she can overlook something as important as that.
No, really? I mean, she's been waiting months to hear from her kid. Golly. Why wouldn't she come home from the hospital and get the letter and go back?
That's what I want to know.
I wonder if she still has that purse with her that she had yesterday.
Clothes? Why are you worrying about clothes when Miriam is missing?
Oh, no. It just, oh, gee
What?
Never mind. Don't you think missing is a strong word to use?
Well, if you know of another word, you teach it to me, because I'm awfully worried. There's a lot of meanness out there in that world.
Yeah, tell me about it. Hey, look, don't worry about it. I'm sure everything's gonna be all right. There's probably some really simple explanation for the whole thing. You know, where everybody keeps missing each other just by a hair. We'll probably all be laughing about this tomorrow. Well, is there anything I can do for you?
No, I'm fine, really. I'm fine. Hey, you look great.
Thanks.
Did you get my message?
Yeah, just to return your call. I tried everywhere. I even called your office at the hospital, and they said that you weren't even working there anymore. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, what happened?
Got fired.
Come on, really?
Really? I got fired.
Well, I thought everything was going so great for you when I left. I mean, you were very confident in everything.
Yeah, well, the Wheel of Fortune always has a tendency to catch my number sooner or later. And in this particular case, Terry Davidson helped it along.
Terry? Well, Ruth, I know that you and Terry don't always see eye to eye on things, but how could she get you fired?
That's a good question. I was kind of wondering that myself. You know, the real funny part of that is that I fired her while Lester was on vacation.
What?
It was the only way to handle the situation at the time. You disapprove, of course.
Well, I don't know. It just seems so unreal.
Yeah, well, you're not the only one that's got that feeling. But unfortunately, it's as real as you and I stand here.
So are both you and Terry fired?
No, just me. as fate would have it.
Russ, I don't understand.
It's pretty easy, actually, Marianne. You know Dr. Greeley?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, Dr. Greeley contacted Lester after I fired Mrs. Davidson. He told him some story about some wild thing about the doctors and nurses going out on strike. Well, Lester hoofed it back here to Kingsley, and to appease this imagined mob, he fired me, rehired her.
Well, let me see if we can just come up with some places that she might be staying.
How about the King's Arms?
No, no, no. Her mother's been long gone from there. She wouldn't have any use for staying in any hotel.
What about that girl down at P&D? What's her name? Vicky.
Vicky Lang.
Yeah, she and Vicky Lang have been real chummy lately.
Yeah, she did mention her. She did mention her.
Morning, folks.
Morning, Jean.
Jean, do you remember that girl Vicky Lang down at your old office?
Yeah, I hired Vicky.
Well, would you mind calling to see if Miriam is there?
Miriam wouldn't be over there at this hour, Ma.
Well, she's not here for sure. She didn't spend the night here last night.
Mom, come on now, don't get excited. She's probably down at the hospital visiting her father.
No, she isn't. I talked to Terry Davidson late yesterday, and I haven't heard a word since.
Well, did you check the Carpenter house?
Jean, she's missing. Now, if you don't want to call Vicky, I'll call her.
Mom, please, that's okay. I'll call her myself. I was just trying to make sure that you checked all the avenues, for crying out loud.
That boy doesn't believe a word I said.
Sure he does. He just hasn't had as long to worry about it as you have.
I'm probably making a big thing out of it, but I'm so concerned of words, and she didn't come home last night.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the last time you saw her, huh? You haven't seen her or heard from her since then? No, that's all right, Vicky. You don't have to do that. Look, Mom's just a little concerned about Miriam is all. Huh? Yeah, all right, thanks. Well, no such luck there. Vicky said the last time she saw Miriam was last night, yesterday after she left work.
Oh, Jean, I can't help it, but I just think Miriam's in trouble.
Hey, Mom, did you call Terry this morning?
No, but I'm going to call her right now. I've got to find out what's wrong with Miriam, what's happened.
You know, I don't get it. I've heard of people losing their whole fingers and having them sewed on.
That's right, but you have to do those operations right away.
You saying it might be too late for Ben?
No, I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Hello?
Terry, this is Ione.
Well, hi. Listen, I want to thank you for those baby things for the bazaar. They're perfect.
Oh, I'm so glad. But, Terry, I'm calling to find out whether or not you ever got in touch with Miriam last night.
I sure did, right after you left, and she was so excited she made a beeline for home.
Oh, then I am worried.
What in the world for?
She didn't come home last night.
What? How do you know?
Well, her bed hadn't been slept in last night, and Eric's letter hadn't been open when I got up this morning. I've called every place I can think of, but you know Miriam doesn't have that many close friends.
Well, I can't imagine what could have happened to her.
Oh, neither can I, and I'm worried sick, Terry.
Now, don't do that. Let me think. Do you think maybe she could have lost the key to the house? Remember, you gave me yours.
Oh, no, I don't think so. And besides, she knows where I have another one.
Well, calm down. Let me call the hospital and check around, and I'll get back in touch with you as soon as I hear anything.
Oh, all right, Terry.
Ione,
Yes?
would you like to pray first?
Oh, Terry, I surely would.
Father, we ask you in Jesus' name to please protect Miriam wherever she is and bring her home safely. Amen.
Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you so much.
Don't worry. God's looking out for her.
Who was that?
Ione Redlin.
Well, anyway, what exactly is wrong with Ben's hand? His hand. Will he be able to do surgery again?
That's hard to say.
That means he won't, doesn't it?
No, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion.
Well, I'm just being realistic.
Well, so am I. The ulnar nerve was severed at the wrist, and it had to be rejoined. That was the first operation. And the operation today is more for cosmetic purposes. Then, of course, it may be weeks, maybe even months of therapy before we know for sure.
Is something wrong or what?
I hope not. Miriam Mason didn't go home last night.
Oh, she didn't.
No, Ione's worried about her, and so am I.
Well, didn't she say she was visiting her father yesterday?
Yeah, she was. But she left to go to Ione's to pick up a letter from her son. She was planning to go back to the hospital.
Well, she probably went home. Ione just missed her.
Doesn't sound like it, Peter. Because Ione said the letter was still there, unopened. I'm going to check the morning shift. CCU, please. Mrs. Richards, this is Terry Davidson. Good morning. Charles Carpenter's daughter visited him last night, and apparently she didn't go home. Her name is Miriam Mason. I wonder if you could check and see if she's anywhere in the hospital. Thank you. Yes, I'm on my way now. Goodbye.
I'm sorry about everything that happened, Russ. I know how much your job meant to you.
Come on, thanks.
Now.
Needed that.
Okay, so now what are you planning to do?
I don't know. I feel like an old prospector right now. Might not be a bad idea. Out in the middle of nowhere man's land. No hassles. Except for maybe an occasional donkey or two.
No, I think I see much better things ahead for you.
Washing cars.
Come
Yeah,
on.
phone solicitation was always kind of turned me on. How's that sound? Maybe a bingo announcer. Who's got the B's? The B6?
You know, I love your sense of humor, but it's a little off track today.
Yeah, well, I-35. I-35.
No, I'm
Got the
serious.
I-35.
Did you know that you're one of the most intelligent and talented men I've ever known?
Well, the world out there thinks differently, and unfortunately, that's who's doing all the hiring and firing. Miss Prescott of Prescott Development Corporation.
Oh, not quite. Gil is the one that answers to Dad.
Oh, come on, Marianne. You and I both know that you're the brains behind him. If it weren't for you, Gil probably would have driven Prescott Development into bankruptcy by now.
Look, I know you don't like Gil, and I realize he has made some irresponsible decisions, but he has brought business to the company.
Oh, come on.
No, really. You know, in spite of everything else, he makes a good first impression.
Yeah, if they're wearing skirts.
No, he can be charming in a lot of ways. Okay, you take his charm and Dad's reputation, and that has landed us several very good construction jobs. But that is not the point. We're talking about your future. Don't change
Well,
it.
then end of conversation because I don't have one.
That's ridiculous. Look, I'll get it. Russ, you have to think positive. Oh, hi, Mr. Cardello.
Wow, this is a pleasant surprise. I just stopped by to see how Russ was getting along. You know what happened, don't you?
Yeah, I made the headlines.
Yeah, and I was just telling him to expect much better things.
Right. It's a wonderful, as yet unheard of, job in the dynamic field of pre-medicine.
Hey, well, what you majored in college isn't always important.
No, that's true.
You're an artist. Did you major in pre-art?
Oh, no, but
End of conversation, then. I'm a loser, period.
come on, Russ.
I think what you need is a nice change of scenery.
If you're talking about a vacation, forget it. I'm on vacation.
No, I had something a little smaller scale in mind, like going out to lunch with your old man. And you too, Marianne. How about it?
Oh, that sounds great. I'd love to. But, Russ,
What?
how about lunch for 3?
Thanks. I think I've had one pep talk enough as a day. Thank you.
Come on, be a good sport. I have to go back to work, but I can meet you later. How's that sound?
Sounds fine to me. Let's make it around 12:30 over at the Greenbriers. Even if my petulant son doesn't show up.
In that case, I'll make it. Anything to keep her from listening to one of your laborious lectures.
Oh, that's great. Okay, cheer up. I'll be at the office if you want to talk, all right?
Right.
I'll see you at noon.
My pleasure, Marianne. Yeah, you know how to pick 'em, Russ. You sure know how to pick 'em.
That's terrific. That's probably Harold now.
Oh, your chauffeur's right on time.
You know, I'd rather it were Miriam, actually. Hi, honey.
Hey, Babs, you ready to go?
Yeah, just about.
Good.
Hi, Miss Raylan. How are you?
I'll help you with your coat.
Hey, just on the off chance, have you seen Miriam yesterday or today?
No, I didn't. I did stop by the hospital to see Charles.
Oh, how's he doing, Mr. Webster?
Well, I really don't know. I didn't get to see him, but I understand that he pulled through the operation okay, and they say that he's in good condition.
Oh, praise God. I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take more than heart surgery to keep Charles down. He's strong as an ox.
You wouldn't by any chance have seen Miriam there?
No, I didn't. Why? Something matter?
Yeah, well, she's missing.
Missing?
Yeah, well, she didn't come home last night, and nobody's seen her since yesterday.
Mr. Webster, do you know of any places where she might have spent the night?
No. No, I sure don't. But I'll look into it. And maybe Charles can talk today. Maybe he can tell us where she might be.
Yeah, Harold does a lot of legal work for Mr. Carpenter, and if anybody can find Miriam, Harold can.
Well, I'll try.
You know, it was a private detective that found Miriam's mother up in Canada. So don't you worry about it, okay? And let me know if you hear anything today.
Oh, I will, sweetheart. You can count on that.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
I like Marianne. She's got a lot of nice qualities that'd be good for you.
You once said that about Becky, remember?
Well, Becky did too, but...
About what? Just how do you feel about Becky now, a wise father?
I think you better bury the past, boy, and Becky along with it. Marianne is in the present. She's here now. She could be part of your future. I like her. She compliments you. She fills out all those rough spots that you're so blind to. I just don't want to see you blow it with her, too.
Like I blew it with Becky.
Look, Russ, I'm here to help you, not to dredge up the past.
It's easy for you to say. It's not your past.
You're my son. I want to help.
So how can you help? You want to give me a weekly allowance?
Well, we could start by finding out what it is that you want to do with the rest of your life.
Well, I wanted to be a doctor. That's what I wanted.
Well, that's over with, so bury that with the rest of the past. Look, Russ, you would have made a lousy doctor, you know. You go into a melancholic tailspin every time one of your patients died, let's face it.
Hey, I happen to like working in a hospital. And believe it or not, I didn't mind being assistant to the administrator. I did a heck of a lot better job than Lester did, that's for sure.
All right, I'll call my friend on the board of directors at Kingsley, and I'll pull some strings.
I don't want your help.
Why not?
Because I'll get a job on my own, that's why.
You got this job on your own. All I'm saying is if the problem was a power play or some kind of a, I don't know, a conflict of personalities, then maybe I could help in the situation.
No thanks. It's not worth the hassle.
All right. Russ, I'm involved in a lot of enterprises here in Kingsley. I've got a lot of friends in high places. But you want to do this on your own. If you ever change your mind and you want to take advantage of my contacts, all you have to do is say the word.
I'll think about it.
Good. I hope you're serious about it.
Good job, Peter. This looks real nice. I won't even have to have it retyped. Where'd you learn how to print like that?
First grade.
Real cute. Now, how you doing on that one?
Fine. Now, look, I gotta concentrate if you really want these by noon.
Okay, okay. My gosh, you sound like a big accountant, huh? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I'd rather be an architect.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Peter, what are you doing here?
Construction progress reports.
Construction progress reports.
I hired him.
You can't hire someone to do your job, Gil. Now, you're responsible for those figures. Dad won't accept them from anyone else.
He'll accept them as long as I go over
No,
and
that's
make
not what he said.
Maybe I should step out and say.
That might be a good idea, Peter.
No, stay put, will you?
Gil.
Marianne, dear, you know, my job is to oversee this operation and decide what each employee is going to do, okay? And since it's obvious you're in a bad mood, what do you say? You go on out and come back in.
No.
Better one. Peter, maybe you better go.
Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks.
I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, what's bugging you?
Aside from you, Russ got fired.
Russ got... Yeah! They finally did it! Yeah!
Gil, how can you enjoy someone else's misfortune?
Oh.
No, I mean it.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. He had what was coming to him. I'm serious. If you think about it, okay, it was the most humane thing they could have done. His head was getting so big, it would have burst if they wouldn't have gotten rid of him. I'm serious. I just can't believe they did it. I'm sorry, really, I am.
Well, I hope you are. Because I was seriously considering offering Russ a job with Prescott Development.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Hire Russ Weaver?
Yes, what's so outrageous about that? He's very talented, he's imaginative, and he's not afraid of hard work. I think he'll be an asset for Prescott Development.
I hate the guy.
Well, that's your problem.
No, it's your problem. You're crazy. You know, the guy just got fired. You know, what kind of recommendation is that for us to hire him?
Because there's two sides to every story. Besides, you've never given him a chance.
Who says I have to, huh?
Well, it's the decent thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the only reason you don't like him, Gil, is because he's interested in me.
Marianne, I have been trying to warn you about this phony for how many months, huh? He finally gets what's coming to him, and you still can't see it, can you?
Apparently not. I'm not your baby sister anymore. I'm responsible for what happens to this company, too. No, I believe with all my heart that we should give him a chance.
Sorry. I won't do it.